Are you wondering about the cost of living in Sydney? Curious about the best neighborhoods to live in? Want to know how to navigate the public transportation system? Look no further, because in this video we're showing you everything you need to know about moving to Sydney. Hi! Welcome to Cost of Living, where I show the amount money required to cover necessary expenses to maintain a certain lifestyle for different countries and cities. Sydney is the largest city in Australia, and the capital of the state of New South Wales. It is located on the east coast of the country, and is known for its iconic landmarks, such as the Sydney Opera House, and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It has a population of approximately 5.3 million people, making it one of the most populated cities in Australia. And each year, thousands of people move to Sydney for work, study, or to start a new life. The average salary per year in Sydney is around $48,900, which is higher than the national average. The city is home to a diverse range of industries, including finance, tourism, and technology. Housing cost. The housing market in Sydney is considered to be one of the most competitive and expensive in the country, with a high demand for housing and limited supply. This has led to a rise in property prices, making it difficult for many people to afford to buy a home in the city. However, renting is an alternative option for many people looking to live in the city. There are several types of properties that can be rented in the city, including apartments, houses, townhouses, and units. Apartments are the most common type of property that can be rented, with a wide range of options available in different sizes and styles. Their prices can vary depending on the location, size, and amenities, with one-bedroom apartments starting at around $320 per week, and three-bedroom apartments starting at around $490 per week. Houses are also available for rent, but they are less common than apartments, and their prices can vary depending on the location, size, and amenities, with three-bedroom houses starting at around $550 per week. Townhouses are available for rent, but they are less common than apartments and houses, with three bedrooms starting at around $480 per week. Units are also available for rent, but they are less common than apartments, houses, and townhouses, with one-bedroom units starting at around $310 per week, and three-bedroom units starting at around $420 per week. The most affordable neighborhoods in Sydney for renting are generally located on the outskirts of the city, such as Blacktown, Liverpool, and Campbelltown. These areas tend to be less expensive than more central neighborhoods like Surrey Hills and Paddington, which are known for their high rental prices. However, it's worth noting that even in the more affordable areas, the cost of housing can still be quite high. Process of renting. The process of renting as a foreigner can be a bit overwhelming, but with the right information and resources, it can be a seamless process. The first step of finding a home to rent is due to some research. There are several websites that list rental properties, such as realestate.com.au, domain.com.au, and gumtree.com.au. These websites will give you an idea of the types of properties available, their location, and the rental prices. Once you have found a property that you are interested in, you will need to contact the landlord or the real estate agent to schedule a viewing. During the viewing, you will be able to see the property in person, ask questions, and get a feel for the neighborhood. After you have viewed the property and decided that you want to rent it, you will need to submit an application, which will ask for information about your employment, income, and credit history. The landlord or agent will use this information to determine if you are a suitable tenant. If your application is approved, you will then need to sign a lease agreement. This is a legal document that outlines the terms and conditions of the rental, such as the rent amount, the length of the lease, and the responsibilities of the landlord and tenant. Once the lease agreement has been signed, you will need to pay a deposit and the first month's rent. The deposit is usually equal to 1 month's rent, and is held as collateral in case of damages to the property. Once you have completed all that, you will be able to move into the property. Be sure to take pictures of the property before you move in, so that you can document the condition of the property. Gas and electric. In Sydney, gas and electricity are both widely used for heating and cooking. The main source of gas is through the natural gas network, which is supplied by companies such as AGL, Origin, and Energy Australia. These companies provide gas to both residential and commercial customers through a network of pipelines. The cost of gas for an individual in Sydney can vary depending on usage and the plan chosen. On average, an individual can expect to pay around $30 to $40 per month for gas usage. For a family, the cost can be higher, with an estimated monthly cost of around $50 to $70. There are several ways to pay for gas and electricity bills in Sydney. Customers can choose to pay their bills monthly, quarterly, or annually, and can also opt for direct debit or credit card payments. Some companies also offer the option to pay bills online or through mobile apps. The major companies that provide gas and electricity in Sydney are AGL, Origin, and Energy Australia. These companies have different pricing plans and offers, so it is important to compare prices and plans before choosing a provider. Water bill. Water is currently managed by Sydney Water, a government-owned corporation that is responsible for the supply, treatment, and distribution of water to the city and its surrounding areas. The cost of water for an individual varies depending on the usage, but on average, it is around 50 cents per kiloliter. For a family, the cost of water can range from $100 to $200 per quarter, depending on the size of the household and the amount of water consumed. Sydney Water offers various payment options for customers, including online payments, direct debit, and BPAY. Customers can also choose to receive their bills electronically or through the mail. In addition to Sydney Water, there are also several private companies that provide water in the city, such as United Utilities Australia and Australian Water Holdings. These companies typically offer services such as water treatment, distribution, and management for commercial and industrial customers. Internet and cell phones. The internet and cell phone situation in the city is relatively advanced, with a wide range of options available for both services. In terms of internet, the minimum Mbps available is typically around 12 megabits per second, while the maximum Mbps available can reach up to 1000 megabits per second. This wide range of options allows for different needs and budgets to be met. When it comes to cell phone packages, there are a variety of options available from different providers. These packages typically include different data, talk, and text allowances, as well as different prices for each. Some providers also offer international call and data packages, which can be beneficial for those who travel frequently. The companies that provide internet and cell phone services include Telstra, Optus, and Vodafone. Telstra is the largest telecommunications company in Australia and offers a wide range of internet and cell phone packages. Optus is the second largest, and Vodafone is the third largest. The cost of internet can vary depending on the provider and the package chosen. For example, a 12 megabits per second internet package from Telstra can cost around $60 per month, while a 1000 megabits per second internet package from Optus can cost around $100 per month. Cell phone packages can also vary in cost, with a basic package from Telstra costing around $30 per month, while a more premium package from Optus can cost around $70 per month. Transport. The transport situation in Sydney is quite complex and diverse, with various options available for locals and tourists alike. The city is known for its congested roads, with traffic jams being a common occurrence during peak hours. However, the city has a well-developed public transportation system that includes buses, trains, ferries, and light rail. Buses have an extensive network that connects various parts of the city. They are frequent and reliable, but traffic congestion can cause delays. Trains have a comprehensive network that connects the city center with the suburbs and surrounding areas. They are fast, efficient, and reliable, but can be crowded during peak hours. Ferries connect various parts of the harbour, including the city centre, Darling Harbour, and the eastern suburbs. The light rail is a new addition to Sydney's transportation system, connecting the city centre with the western suburbs. The service is fast and efficient, but the route is currently limited. Navigating the public transportation system in Sydney can be challenging for first-time visitors. However, the Transport for NSW website and the Opal Travel app provide detailed information on routes, schedules, and fares. The Opal card is a contactless smart card that can be used on all forms of public transportation in the city, including buses, trains, ferries, and light rail. The cost of each transport method varies depending on the distance traveled and the time of day. A single trip on a bus or train costs around $1.75 during off-peak hours and $3.10 during peak hours. A single trip on a ferry costs around $4.90, and a single trip on the light rail costs around $3.10. The Opal card allows for daily, weekly, and monthly caps on fares, making it more cost-effective for frequent travelers. Groceries. Sydney is known for its high cost of living, and groceries and food are no exception. The cost of food for an individual who mostly eats at home and takes food to work can vary greatly depending on the type of food and where it is purchased. On average, a week's worth of groceries for one person can cost anywhere from $50 to $100. This includes items such as fruits and vegetables, meat, dairy, and pantry staples. Eating out at restaurants or ordering takeout can also add to the cost, with an average meal at a casual restaurant costing around $20. When it comes to grocery shopping, there are several options available in the city. The major supermarkets such as Woolworths, Coles, and Aldi are popular choices, with prices generally being on par with each other. However, for the best deals and cheapest prices, many locals recommend shopping at discount retailers, such as Aldi or Asian supermarkets. Education. The education system Australia is highly respected and considered to be one of the best in the world. The country has a strong emphasis on education and is known for its high-quality institutions and diverse range of study options. For foreign students, the cost of education in Australia can be quite high. On average, the cost of tuition for a college or university level course can range from $15,000 to $30,000 per year. This cost can vary depending on the institution and the course of study. Additionally, living expenses such as accommodation, food, and transportation can add thousands of dollars to the overall cost. Despite these high costs, there are some cheaper universities in Sydney for foreign students. Some of the cheapest universities in Sydney include the University of Western Sydney, which has an average tuition cost of around $13,000 per year, and the University of Technology Sydney, which has an average tuition cost of around $15,000 per year. Health and personal care. Australia has a comprehensive and publicly funded health care system known as Medicare. This system provides access to a wide range of health care services, including doctor consultations, hospital treatments, and prescription medications. All Australian citizens and permanent residents are eligible for Medicare, which is funded through taxes and the Medicare levy. In addition, there are also private health insurance options available for those who wish to have more control over their health care choices and access to additional services. Foreigners visiting or living in Australia can also access the health care system through a range of options. Visitors from certain countries, such as New Zealand and the United Kingdom, can access Medicare services under reciprocal agreements. Visitors from other countries can purchase travel insurance that includes health coverage or purchase private health insurance. The cost of health care in Australia can vary depending on the type of service or treatment required. For example, doctor consultations are generally covered by Medicare, while some treatments may require a co-payment or additional private health insurance. Prescription medications also have a co-payment fee, with some medications being fully covered by the government. Overall, the healthcare system in the country is generally considered to be of high quality and accessible to all, with options available for foreigners to access coverage as well. However, it is important for foreigners to research and understand the options available to them in order to access the best possible care. Personal care is something we all need, and in Sydney, you can expect to pay anywhere from $50 to $200 for a haircut and color at a reputable salon. A basic manicure will set you back around $25, while a full set of acrylic nails can cost up to $80. A basic facial will cost around $70, and a full spa day can run you anywhere from $200 to $500. Staying fit and healthy is important, and in Sydney, you have plenty of options when it comes to gym membership. A basic membership at a standard gym will cost around $40 per month, while a more premium gym can run you up to $80 per month. If you're looking for something a little more specialized, like yoga or Pilates classes, you can expect to pay around $25 to $40 per class. Finally, when it comes to entertainment, the city has something for everyone. A ticket to a concert or theater performance can cost anywhere from $50 to $200, depending on the artist or show. A movie ticket will set you back around $20, and a night out at a fancy restaurant can cost anywhere from $50 to $150 per person. So, whether you're looking to pamper yourself, get in shape, or just have some fun, be prepared to spend some money when you're in Sydney. Car insurance and income tax. Car insurance in Sydney is similar to car insurance in other cities in Australia. It is mandatory for all vehicle owners to have at least third-party insurance, which covers damage to other people and their property. Comprehensive insurance, which covers damage to your own vehicle as well, is also available. The cost of car insurance in Sydney can vary depending on a number of factors, including the make and model of the vehicle, the driver's age and driving history, and the level of coverage chosen. The income tax rate in Australia is progressive, meaning that the more you earn, the higher the percentage of your income that you will pay in taxes. The current income tax rates for the 2020 to 2021 financial year was from 0% to 45%. That's all for this video, and thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative and helpful. If you have any questions, or would like to share your own experiences living in Sydney, please leave a comment below. Everything mentioned on the video, you can find them in the video description for more information. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our content. And if you're planning a trip to Sydney and are looking for the best deals on flights and hotels, be sure to check out our cheap booking site that have a wide selection of budget-friendly options to choose from. Safe journey!